Well, hello there. It's Bronwyn here, and thanks for being with me again. And here we are at step number two. Now, I just probably want to touch on the fact that with all of these steps, I have no doubt you've heard of them individually. But I just want to remind you that the power in this methodology, in this system, comes with doing all of these things at once, in unison, and consistently. So even though you're on here and you might be saying, yes, I know about these, but the power is actually in doing it. And this is where we have sort of, over the last 3 years, experimented quite constantly with the methodology, and it really does work. So don't just do one thing in isolation. Just get going with all of it as much as you can together, and don't stop. Keep at it. You'll get better at it, and it'll get quicker as you go along. So here we are, step number two at Google My Business. Now, Google My Business has been called various things throughout the years. So these days it's Google My Business. It used to be Google Places, you may know it as well. So let's get to it and talk about why it's so important. Now, I have a little saying that if you love Google, Google will love you back. This is absolutely a no-brainer. If you do everything you possibly can on Google with Google services to appease Google in the way that Google wants you to do it, you will have great success on Google. Now, it's common sense, isn't it? So, in revisiting Google My Business, I know that a lot of our clients and friends, find it quite complicated. But like with anything, there is a slight learning curve, yes. But once you sort of get into it and get a handle on it, it's second nature. So it's just like with anything, but you do need to get your head around this, because essentially what it is Google has handed us, the tools that we need to be on page one of Google on a silver platter with Google My Business. So why people do not focus on this more often and more readily is beyond me. What I find is that, we think that TripAdvisor is the be all and end all. Yes, it is. Yes, it's important to have your reviews on TripAdvisor. People do go to TripAdvisor. But what Google My Business gives you is front page on Google. It gives you star ratings on the front page. It gives customers maps and information about you straight away. So again, we've got to get our heads around Google My Business, and an extension of Google My Business now is Google Plus, and we're going to go through that in the social media SEO section, where it is one and the same platform. So your Google My Business and your Google Plus page is now connected. So if you have a Google My Business page, you automatically have a Google Plus page, even though you may never have used it before. But if you are starting your Google My Business page the first time, if you're claiming it, you will actually have the ability to go in and sort of work on your Google Plus page as you're going along. So here we are, just to recap and remind you, this is Google My Business. Now, I've just sitting in my home office today. You may have heard the birds on some other other videos. I just did a little bit of a Google search, cafe near me and tourist attraction near me. So it depends what you're searching for. Hotels near me will be slightly different, but this is what comes up. Now, what's not to love about this? You get a map to show where your tour attraction, your tour company is, or your coffee shop, and you're up there. So this kind of also reinforces the importance of stars and reviews on Google Plus. Yes, get your reviews on TripAdvisor, but from now on, I beg you, to get your stars and your ratings on Google Plus as much as possible, on Google My Business. Now, yet people will say, oh, I don't have a Google account, but if someone has a Gmail, which a huge number of the population does now, they can go on and do this. So you don't need to have a Google Plus account like you did in the old days. Anyone can go in and review your business now on Google, and Google wants you to do this, so they're making it easier. So again, look at this. This is page one. We see, for example, on hotels near me, or some of the more popular ones will have Google hotel searches come up. We might have some advertising come up on the top as well. But essentially the star rated businesses will come up sort of next. So always on page one. Now, your goal now is to get 5-star reviews. So if you have any friendly customers or travelers, try and get reviews on Google My Business. And I'm going to go through that a little bit later on. So again, this goes back to the basics. To be successful online, and we know that most of our travelers are searching online, you need to be searchable. And this is the lowest hanging fruit for you. The best way that you can become searchable really, really quickly. Because as soon as you create your Google My Business page and populate it, you are indexed with Google. Google knows that you exist and that you have a business. And again, if you're helping Google with those algorithms, with those machine learnings, it's going to reward you unofficially. So what I say is, you can have the most fancy website in the world, but if you're not doing this stuff, if it's static, if Google can't find you, you won't have a lot of success. So again, keeping it really simple. And this is the easiest and cheapest way for you. It costs nothing. It takes time. You just got to put your photos in, put your content in. But honestly, there really is no excuse. And you can tell I'm really, really passionate about this one because it's just so easy for you. So it's the best way for you to show up in the search engine results page. So what you need to do is actually populate your Google My Business page with the best information you possibly can, and again on a regular basis. It will get updated as you update your Google Plus account that comes with your Google My Business. I can hear you groan, you don't want to do another one, and yes, no one is on Google Plus, and I hear all that, but honestly, Google Plus is indexed by Google, so it's another way that you can have your content indexed. It's really, really exciting, and just, again, it's low-hanging fruit. And here's just another example of what we have here on, and it's called, for the nerds, the Google My Business Google Local Pack. And, it's for all sorts of businesses. We've got yoga. I've got some businesses in Port Macquarie here, a beachside resort in just north of Sydney, maps, a whole range of things. And people look at these pages. It provides a wealth of information for the traveller, both pre-tour and also in destination. It's really, really important when people are looking for stuff to do in destination. And here's some more, and we've got some stats here on, which of the top 3 businesses are you most likely to click on page 1? The top rated business, the middle, and, the bottom. So you're getting a healthy range, an interesting range of people. Now, people will click on a particular business if it has positive reviews and stars. Now, up until a couple of weeks ago, you needed 5 stars before the stars showed, but Google have just announced that they will start showing your stars once you have 3 reviews. So 3 reviews will mean that you get these stars here. You should do. It might take a little while for that to come through as the algorithms crawl, but and this is why you need to get your reviews on Google My Business, because the more reviews you have, the more you get your stars. So, and it's right there in front of people when people are searching. Now, one of the things you can seriously do to damage your business is have incorrect information on there. So make sure everything from the name, address and phone number to the time of day you're open is correct. And make sure that basic information is correct and consistent across the board on your website and all of your business listings, not just Google Plus and Google My Business. The reason again is that Google looks at all the information. If it's finding different information across different listings and different websites, different social medias, it's confused. It says, what are these people doing? When are they open? So again, Google's not likely to show you on a search because it doesn't trust your information. So again, consistency in information is really, really important. And if it's not, if it's not right, you can damage your brand. Now, a little bit of a case study that happened to me recently on a trip to Port Macquarie, which is why I'm using it. Now, we were staying in a friend's apartment and we wanted to do all the washing, the towels, the sheets and everything before we left. So we researched a laundromat. You know, they have the great big huge washing machines. You can put everything in there in one and get it done. There was one open on Sunday morning at 5 a.m. and yes, it's an extreme time. We got up early and my husband said, okay, we'll go down there at 6 or 7 when we were all up and I'll go and wash. Now, this particular laundromat had these hours. So we thought, oh, ripper, we can go and get our laundry done. Now, we rock up there. Imagine when you're rocking up there 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning. We got our information from Google My Business. They were closed and they had a sign up saying they were open at 8 a.m. So my husband had to get in the car and just roam around town trying to look for a laundromat that was open. So we were really, really annoyed, to say the least. But this is the sort of thing that can damage your business. Just make sure your information's correct. And Google allows you now that if you have hours that change during seasons, for example, you can put all that in. So again, there's no excuse to be tardy with this stuff. You've got to get it right. Lots and lots of content. Again, we're talking about content. You'll hear more about content when we talk about content marketing. Content is the cornerstone for everything that you do from now on. So lots of descriptions in your Google My Business page, lots of descriptions on Google Plus when you post your images and fabulous videos. And again, a good mix of content, words, images and videos. And just reinforcing, Google will index your posts that come from Google Plus. Here's an example of me coming up in Google Plus. So I think I looked up travel marketing. So there we go. I searched travel marketing and I came up in travel marketing. Now, if you want to truly look at this, you need to go incognito. But as you can see, my Google Plus post was indexed. This is really powerful. And it was on page 1. So, hey, I was pretty happy about that. So here we go. Very, very important. As I say, this stuff is really simple and really achievable. Is your information up to date? What are your images looking like? Open times. And Google Plus. So what I want you to do now is go to your Google My Business page and go and find your Google Plus page and get in there and make sure all the information is correct and that you are ready to post. And we're going to go through all this again in social media. So that's it for Google My Business. Thanks for being with me again.